Rams and Titans at the Dome yesterday. They were locked up in a tight one. There is 21-21 in the fourth quarter. Around 3 minutes left. That's in Kellen Clemens stepping up in the pocket. He was hit, fumbled the football. The Titans recover on the very next play. Chris Johnson goes off for 19 yards into the end zone, 28-21. That was the final for Clemens. He went 20 of 35, 210 yards at TD. Zach Stacy again had a great day, 127 yards on the ground. He had 2 touchdowns. That's right, the Rams with 2 rushing touchdowns. Their first 2 rushing touchdowns of the season. However, it was a renaissance game for Johnson. 23 carries, 150 yards. He had 2 scores as well, as Jeff Fisher talking about the game afterwards.
You turn it over twice to a good running football team like that that's playing good defense, it's hard to win, Now, granted, we got them, but we didn't take advantage of it. Court's interception, we were 3 and out, missed a field goal, So, but we just, I'm gonna look at this tape and find some things and some good things and correct things and move on. That's really all you can do.
It was a really tight game, but the stats certainly backed that up. The first downs, 22-21 to Tennessee. Total yards were tied up at 363 apiece, and the turnovers, 2 apiece for the Rams. They had that Clemens fumble. Also, Benny Cunningham had a fumble as well in the game for Kellen Clemens. Just, he's got to listen to his coach's advice and just look forward to next week.
Coach Fish said it after the game. There's only one thing to do, and that's go back to work. We'll take the 24-hour rule. We'll look at the tape tomorrow. We'll make the corrections that we need to make. Address any issues that are there, and we'll get back to work. That's the only thing we can do.
As the Rams now 3-6, they've lost 3 straight games. They'll be in Indianapolis to take on the Colts next Sunday at noon. Speaking of those Colts, they got a rally of 18 points down to beat the Texans on Sunday Night Football last night, 27-24. Houston led in the third quarter, 24-6. Scary situation, too, for their head coach, Gary Kubiak, who went down to his knees and had to be taken off on a stretcher at halftime as he's walking towards the locker room. Apparently, all is well with Coach Kubiak as he is going to be released from the hospital. Seattle, they need overtime to beat the winless Bucks, 27-24. Tampa Bay led 24-7 in the third quarter. This one was in Seattle, but the Seahawks do get it done as San Francisco and Arizona were on their byes. Other NFL headline for you, Philadelphia absolutely drums Oakland 49-20. Nick Foles ties an NFL record with 7 touchdown passes. He did so in the first 3 quarters of that game. And on Saturday, Mizzou all over Tennessee, 31-3 as they improved to 8-1. Mizzou now 8th in the BCS standings that came out last night. They're 9th in the AP poll to be at Kentucky on Saturday. That'll be an early kickoff at 11 a.m. From the KTRS Sports Desk, I'm Jason Lamar.
It was a tough loss yesterday.
Yeah, they were right there. The Rams were right there step for step and just a couple of costly turnovers.
Boy, and then I was at the game. Did that running back drop the ball and no one touched him?
Oh, Cunningham?
Yeah,
just kind of scored it out. Yeah.
So he had like 2 hands on it,
yeah,
looked like.
It kind of squirted out. Somebody might have got something on it, but it was just one of those. Yeah. It just kind of slipped right out of his hands.
It looked like somebody got a paw on it, and then when I was driving home and I heard the guys talking.
Yeah, it just squirted right out of there.
Yeah.
It was rough because really, the defense was so great against Seattle, and then they just got gashed by Chris Johnson.
The NFL is so impossible to figure out.
It really is. And the offense, I thought Kellen Clemens was fine. He's not a world beater, but he did get that turnover at the end. But otherwise, he played an okay game.
Here's my question I got. Tavon Austin isn't on the field at the most important times of the game.
Yeah, well, there's a reason for that now. He's kind of been a special teams guy now, returner. That's kind of his main role at this point.
It's 3rd and 6 and he's not on the field, and it's 2nd and 9 and he's not on the field.
It's been going that way. These snaps have been getting less and less for him.
They targeted him once, and Clemens overthrew him, it looked like, and I don't know, man. For a highly touted first-rounder.
They're going to have to figure out what's best for him to be used in the best way possible on the field, because right now it's just not happening.
All right. 619, Big 550, KTRS. We'll get to daylight savings.